Welcome back to Al's Kitchen. This week we're going to have a lovely lamb Rogan Josh. Now I did a lamb Rogan Josh previously, a few years ago. This one's going to be even better. All new recipe, new and improved techniques. I'm excited as well because I've been sent this hob cooker from a company called Bassar. I don't usually get a lot of freebies. They sent me this, it's induction. I've never used induction before. If I have, it was maybe once in a hire apartment on the coast in Cornwall, if I remember. And I'm going to use induction for the first time making this BIR curry. And I hope you follow along, all you guys that have induction hobs. You know, I'm pro flame, and you guys know all that. But I'm really interested to see how this turns out. Now I've only used it so far to boil some water just to check my new pan which I got. This is a Prestige pan which I bought on Amazon. For all these things I will be leaving links in the description box below, letting you know where you can buy them if you're interested. We're going to get on with the cooking, but not before I've explained the ingredients and tell you what I'm drinking. So all I'm drinking is a Rheinbacher Premium Pilsner in this lovely HB beer jug which I got from my trip to Munich. Those who follow me on social media might have seen me a little bit worse for wear, having lots of fun while abroad. Anyway, cheers to everybody, happy curry cooking, and I hope you enjoy this new recipe, the lamb Rogan Josh. Right, so let's start with the ingredients. I've got 2 tomatoes here, diced, and the reason we're going to use fresh tomato as well as tomato paste is because I want the lamb Rogan to have a nice soft tomatoey flavour, and for it not to be too sharp, which the tomato paste will give you from the concentrate. Right, here I have half a white onion diced, and here I have 30 grams of red pepper to bring out the real rich red colours in that gravy. Right, over to the spices. I've got 2 teaspoons of Tsp Mix Powder. You can catch that in the link description in the box below. This is what BIR restaurants, Indian restaurants in the UK use. So 2 teaspoons of mixed powder. I have 2 cardamom pods, crack them open so that the flavours can come out into the gravy. I have half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, a teaspoon of methi leaves, half a teaspoon of tandoori powder, and half a teaspoon of Kashmiri chilli powder, again adding to that red colour. Half a teaspoon of salt. You can add this to taste though. Right, as far as the tomato paste goes, this is 2 tablespoons of tomato puree mixed with some water. Some restaurants will use 3 or 4. I tend to feel that that's overkill. So start off with 2 tablespoons mixed with water so you can pour it into the pan and see how you go from there. And here I'm using 8 or 9 pieces of pre-cooked lamb. Now the pre-cooked lamb is a recipe all of its own, and I will be putting the link to that recipe in the description below. It really makes whatever cut of lamb you buy really tender, really flavoursome, perfect to go in these curries. And the gravy that's left over, you can just add some red lentils into that and make a curry out of that. To garnish, I've got a wedge of lemon which I've sliced. I notice when people use this slice technique, wedge of lemon, let me show you the camera, that it's usually an Al's curry. I'm good at spotting my own from the fans. Some coriander to garnish. As well as the chopped tomato mentioned earlier, I've quartered another tomato to go in at the end. And here I have a bay leaf, 1 bay leaf, that's optional. And before I forget, 1 tablespoon of garlic and ginger paste, which I'm yet to get out of the fridge. There we go, the garlic and the ginger paste. Right, so let's get this started. As I said, haven't used one before. I'll tell you a little bit more about this cooker at the end. And I'm going to turn that on. There we go, so in goes some oil. Just going to cover the bottom of the pan. Warm that through. The first thing we're going to do, remember with induction you can't shake the pan a whole lot like you can with the gas, so it's got to stay firmly attached to the induction hob, the top of the cooker. I'm going to put in the onion, pepper, Right, turn that down a bit. Just want to soften these down. So far so good. And now we want to put in the chopped tomatoes, yeah? A bit more heat. So I'm learning as I go along. That's it, 100 degrees looks like it's bringing on the sizzle. Let's get all my spices ready to go in. So tell me what you're using at home, guys. Are you using flame? Are you using induction hobs? Are you using halogen? Just want to cook this down nicely. Want to take the rawness out of the onions, yeah. So yeah, I had a great time in Munich. Originally booked for Oktoberfest, but that was cancelled. But there were quite a few beer gardens open, quite a lot going on even so. Obviously with COVID in place, we still had to exercise, well, some social distancing, wearing the masks, etc. But that was when we weren't drinking. So yeah, I mean, lamb Rogan is like a medium curry in the way of spice, and it was one of my earliest curries. It was a safe bet for me, ordering a lamb Rogan. The only problem in the restaurant, sometimes the lamb it's not pre-cooked and it's tough, and so I stopped ordering lamb Rogan and would order a chicken Rogan, only because you can't really go wrong with chicken. But quite often you'd get tough lamb and it would really take the enjoyment out of the curry. And that goes for any lamb curry in a restaurant. Been to a few curry houses in the Canary Islands, and sometimes you order a lamb curry and you end up getting beef. You know, I know my lamb from my beef. I even ordered shami kebab once, and do you know what they made them with? Tuna. It was actually tuna. I mean, I called the waiter over. I said, "This is not even meat. This is tuna." He says, "Oh no, I can assure you, it's lamb." I said, "That's not lamb. I know what tuna tastes like." Not a mug. Anyway, so that's coming along nicely, cooking down. So far, so good. The heat's staying nice and consistent. I'm really liking this gadget. I mean, I'm going to use this in the garden in the summer. I've got the extension lead out. And it's even got like a hot plate, keep warm section, so you can keep things warm on it. And apparently it's energy efficient. It comes with a 24-month warranty as well. And if you order on the link, you can get 10% discount at the minute. Right, let's go up a little more. That's it. So I'm getting used to it already. Well, now I'm going to put the garlic and ginger paste in. Yeah, so this is a stainless steel pan. Obviously you can't use aluminium on induction, but it doesn't have a non-stick coating. That's the important thing. We don't want anything with a non-stick coating, preferably. That's it, cook that out. So you really want to cook this down. This is going to give the Rogan a nice soft tomatoey flavour. Really unusual. Sometimes BR restaurants are lazy. They just give you tomato puree mixed with water. It's quite sharp. Now we're going to add the salt. It's going to bring out the moisture of those tomatoes. minute. Cooking them down, breaking them down, releasing all their lovely natural flavours, yeah? Right, it's nearly spice time. Now I'm going to add in the cumin seeds. Notice how I'm doing this gradually. Let that cumin run through the tomatoes and the onion. So YouTube's going well for me at the minute. If you notice, I'm putting a video out once every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but this is how you don't suffer burnout. What I want to do is keep the channel going on forever, and what I don't want to do is suffer YouTube burnout. Quite a few people on YouTube I follow, they release a video a week, sometimes every day, and sooner or later they're going to get fed up with it, which I don't want. Anyway, now in goes the cardamom pods. Could have put them in a little earlier, to be honest. That's it. So now all those tomatoes are broken down. This is the longest stage of the curry. Apart from that, you can the rest is all pretty quick. So say hello from wherever you are in the world. What curries do you want me to do next? Do you want me to release a book? Let me know in the comments. It's cooking out beautifully, that is. Look at those lovely colours. I can smell the cumin and the cardamom. Let's sling that bay leaf in, yeah? Let's go up a little bit. 140. Really get some meat in there. Well, so now I'm going to put in the mixed powder, the chilli powder, that was the Kashmiri chilli, the Tandoori powder. Mix that in. Cook those out for around 20 seconds. Right, loosen things up with a little base gravy. Don't want anything to burn. That's it, loosen things down. It smells amazing already, as curries do. And now I'm going to put in the tomato paste. That's it. Let's cook that out a little bit. Not bad for my first time, is it? On an induction. Right, so let's get some of this Tsp Methi in there. I'm going to pinch it between my fingers like you would an OXO cube. That's it. Now I'm going to add a ladle of base gravy. Always fascinates me what curries get ordered in restaurants, to be honest. Is it true guys always go for the hotter ones? Well, now I'm going to add the pre-cooked lamb. If you haven't got any pre-cooked lamb handy, feel free to add some chicken. You can also add king prawns in this. But obviously when you pre-cook the lamb, it softens it up and makes it nice. BIR cooking is a messy job, which is why it's always good to have a cloth handy. Just to give it a wipe down. There you go. This is why the Indian chefs in the restaurants have the cloth. Anyway, so that's cooking out nicely. Just going to add a touch more base. That's it, just let that cook down for a little bit. Can add a small amount of coriander in there. And last but not least, the quarters of tomato. God, look at the mess here, eh? All part of the fun. So tell us what you've all been up to, how COVID's been treating you, and how you've been getting around it. You know, some days you can get real depression with this. You know, it's changed our lives, isn't it? got some other news as well. I'm thinking about spicing my show up a little bit by having guests on. You know, a little bit like Saturday morning kitchen. So over on my table here, obviously I'll re-angle the cameras and I might have one of my mates sitting there and we'll just have a chat as I'm cooking, or he'll cook and I'll watch. Tell us what you think, give us your opinion. How shall I change it up? Would that interest you? Or maybe not? Just let me know in the comments. I think this is nearly ready to dish up. Right, let's plate this up. Right, here we go. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Looks absolutely beautiful. This is my lunch, by the way, so I'm going to be eating all of this after my taste test. Lamb, Rogan, Josh. This is a winner every time, this curry. So if family aren't too into curry, I think lamb Rogan is a safe bet. Plenty of gravy there. Oh wow. And now I'm going to put that twist of lemon on top. Now you wouldn't usually put lemon in this, but I do love this as a garnish because it makes the curry just look nice. And then I'm going to put a couple of sprigs of fresh chopped coriander on either side of that S. There you go, and just a little bit down the centre. And there we have it. Take a look at that. Come on, I mean that took me about 10 minutes. Look at this. So now it's time for the taste test. Let's get a spoon here. Can I have this bit of lamb here? A little bit of gravy. Here we go. Oh my god. Mmm. Hardly any chewing involved because the lamb is so tender. This is the food of the gods. I mean, I promise you, you won't regret this. Is that a promise? And if it doesn't live up to expectations, you're doing something wrong. And I'll come to your house and I'll cook this for you. So choose your favourite beer, get your best company over, whoever that is, don't tell grandma, and cook this lovely curry at the weekend. I mean, this is superb. Look at that. Let me do a close-up, look. Let's get another little bit of lamb out. What a mess I'm making. There we go again. 3, 2, 1. Mmm. Oh my god. Mmm. Oh my god. I mean, this brings you back to the days of true BIR. 1980s, 1990s BIR. Anyway, I need to get on with eating this bad boy. I'm glad that you've kept me company during this video. Give me the thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, you've enjoyed learning new skills, watching me cook, you enjoy Al's Kitchen, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you don't know what subscribing does, basically it allows you to know when I release videos, especially when you press the notification bell. You'll be the first to see them, first to cook them I hope, and you'll never miss a video. Plus it puts me in your little list of followed channels and you can keep track of what I'm doing and what I'm up to. Anyway, by the way, you know I usually say I'm out of here. I didn't say that in my last video and I didn't get one message pulling me up on it. Just to let you know that. Anyway, I'm going to take this with me. I'm Al and I'm out of here. But I'm going to just leave the camera looking at this gorgeous curry. Here we go, take that. And then you can just sit and watch that. Job done.